was right when it's wrong. I've stayed here too long, but something brings me back to you. I swear we belong, I'm still hanging on, but something brings me back to you. Back to you, back to you, back to you. Back to you, back to you, back to you, you.
G'day crew, welcome to the show. So to what we're doing, basically you've just seen we've left home, jumped on the road. It's just me and the young bloke for the time being. Going to go pick up the mum. She is up north at a new job. So basically we've hooked the van up, we're going to shoot up. We managed to score a long weekend off as a family, so we're going to go to a cheeky little station that we are allowed on. Chase a few barra, they're moving in the creeks now, a few muddies, maybe even a cheeky melloway. There is a set of islands I want to check out just offshore. Where are we?
Am I allowed to say where we are?
No, you're not.
It's a secret spot.
Secret spot time. We're probably still about 40 minutes away. Yeah, can't wait to show you. So we've just come up on this bit of a dirt track, one of these station roads, real hard, corrugated sort of a track. But there is some sort of bull dusty country coming up, so I'm just dropping. I had these quite hard, they're about 48 psi, so I'm just going to drop them down to about 35 just to get across all this sort of real hard, few corrugations. You've got to be careful if you let tyres down too much for corrugations, just for ride comfort, you do risk still heating up a sidewall. Like sidewalls from doing this really fast will heat your sidewalls up and you can't get a blowout that way. So it's not just rocks having a crack at the sidewall you got to worry about. So you're still going to be fairly firm, but it's just going to take a lot of that sharp crack out of the corrugations that we're sort of going over at the time. They're not huge, but I'm just going to make everything else in the van not rattle as much. But we'll quickly smash these down and then we'll get back on the road. Righto, just rocked up at one possible campsite. Geez, a bit of a slog getting in here. Did no damage to the van, but shit, there's some bull dust getting around and it was pretty bumpy, corrugations, all that sort of jazz, but as can be expected with station country. But if you have a look, right, this little sort of gap with a couple of trees and stuff, we can either park up here, or I'm just going to send Kyra down with a quad. Never will jump out of the car down here. I'm going to send Kyra down with a quad and just do a bit of a recce down, sort of in a little bay and sort of mouth of a creek down there. Because this wind in the afternoon is forecast, it's going to pump in from the west. If we can get down in this little creek bed, sort of right on the water, the van's going to be a little bit lower and this wind should sort of soar over top from behind and not affect the awning. We'll be able to have that out. So you probably hear the wind pumping, even though I've got the mic sock thing on. Anyway, we'll get this quad off and we'll get into it. Right, babe, I just need you to jump on the quad for a sec. Just clean that seat for me.
Yeah, not a chance. You can get on there first.
You're like really good at cleaning stuff.
That's a bit cheeky.
Jeez, I've never seen this bloody filthy before. Stand one. On our list of to-do things, it's simplifying that. I'm fairly sure we don't need...
Come on, you tell me.
Oh, no way, first one.
You don't remember which colours for what yet?
Nope. Oh, well, I'll just pick that first go.
You going to give it a wash, bub?
Yes.
Righto. Hook me up.
Quick one.
Seat. Alright, all good. That'll do. Generally, I wouldn't worry about wasting our water just to clean the quad seat, but we're only here for a couple of days and we've got heaps of water, so... Oh, I slipped. I did it again. Right, babe, if you can rip down that quad, maybe check out that beach, see how soft it is, see if we can get the van all the way on it, or whether you reckon just to park up here.
Sure. Alright.
Yeah, I reckon that heat's going to make it real soft. Right, so me and the young bloke are just sort of hiding out of that wind. That afternoon sea breeze is sort of pumping in, sort of picking up from about 12 o'clock from the forecast. So we're just going to put the van sort of accordingly to that. Kyrie's just gone down to do a bit of a recce, check out what the beach is looking like. I've had a smaller van down there before. Here she comes. What do you reckon?
So on the beach itself, it's probably hard enough to park up the van, but getting in it's a bit soft, so
Yeah.
there's nowhere to really winch off of if we got stuck. My suggestion was probably just stay up here, seeing as we've got the view of the beach, and we'll just use the quad to head down for swims and tow the boat, and that's what it's there for, so let's use it.
That's why I send Kyrie down for recce's, because she's a little bit more level-headed. Whereas I go down for recce's and go, no, we'll make that, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And that ends up me digging for like 6 hours, so now she makes those decisions. All right, let's get this van set up, yeah?
Do it!
Get into a beer. All right. Thanks, Paul. Alright, stop.
Stop. That's good.
Look in there.
Alright, you know that little bubble, the air bubble?
Yeah,
Tell me when that's in the middle.
That gets in the middle, you tell Dad. And that means it's level.
middle.
Sure. Perfect.
Perfect.
Yep, happy with that?
Yep.
Alright, tell me when that's level.
Stop.
How's that?
Good.
You good?
Perfect.
It's pretty good to me.
You gotta love having the airbags, eh?
Does make
Cruise
leveling
Master
easy.
ATX, level 4 rider, I think they call it. Got auto for when you drive and manual for when you pull up your camp, and it's just that simple. Spot on. Now we just stick the stabilisers down and we're done. Righto crew, young bloke and me, we're going to shoot out. Tide is racing out at the moment. It is nearly, it's not at the bottom of the tide, but the Gulf little area, that little creek bed that we're at is nearly all empty, except for one little channel. So pump out on the Grizzly, probably trek across. I'm just going to touch, if I can get the quad across I will. Might actually chuck some max tracks on the back just in case, because my luck I'll get stuck. Yeah, going to go chase a couple of live mullet. There's a little hole I want to try sort of later on this afternoon when the tide is right out. There's a couple of islands that are only about 500-600 metres offshore, but they're actually empty right out and you can walk out to them, but it leaves a couple of big holes where well, there's some big predatory fish that get caught last time I was here a lot of years ago, sort of thing. So we're going to try that and take the young bloke, see if we can't chase a couple of, I don't know, maybe some jacks getting caught in there or a couple of big cod, but we'll see how we go anyway. So old wifey here, she's parked up with a beer, and it's just the boys today.
Start it.
Getting real soft. Could have stuck those maxis on, bud, so we could leave the cod sitting on maxis and it wouldn't get real bogged. But see how we go anyway. Reverse. Hold on, one in. Alright, I think I was clutching at straws. I think we're going to get the whole way across. Just being lazy. We will, once it's all the way out, you will, because it will dry out enough. Like this stuff here, it'll actually dry out enough. But by that time, we're going to be out there getting some, hopefully some bigger fish in that little hole I was talking about. So I don't have time to wait for it. We're just going to have to trek it. Big trek, mate. Take your helmet off. It's trek time. Yeah, bugger. Oh well. So this was Kyle dreaming. This quad was not going any further. Such a lazy bugger. Ah, righto. You gonna hold this bucket for me?
Heck no.
I'm old. Go on.
You're older.
Here. Oi.
You're young enough to hold a bucket.
Come on, young fella.
You're young enough to hold a bucket.
Hey, no respect these days. Guess the first barrow's mine then, since you're not going to help.
Fine, I will help.
Ah, changed his tune now. No, I'm good now.
No, I'm giving you help.
We'll get your skimboard out here later, eh?
Yeah.
Press the red button again. So we'll do a quick little mission before the sun goes down. I didn't do a bit of an intro into it, but we're already halfway across basically. That's land. This was all underwater. Trying to zip out to this little island. I know there's a couple of real deep sort of veins, little trickeries that sort of go in and around the island, so we're going to flick a couple of plastics, see what's hanging around there, but we've only got a limited amount of time, so we've got to get into it real quick. It's going to need a bath. We're actually riding on the seabed floor right now. At high tide, it's about 3 meters deep. So fingers crossed, one, we don't get stuck, and two, we can beat the tide out of here. But it's a long walk home, and I don't want to be without a quad. But we're here.
you wanna do. And if it sets you free, believe in only you. Yesterday is gone, forget about tomorrow, and the ceilings you see right through. Find the moment and make it. Write your headline and raise it to the sky.
Well, we're doing the mad dash back to the quad because we got a bit keen and stayed a bit too long. We had a couple of good hits. We sort of strapped for time, so we didn't really get the GoPro out because we only got half a dozen car seats. We were sort of a bit too late, but absolutely magic little spot. There was some, I reckon there's some decent monsters in there. Might be a couple of trapped blue bone or something like that, because we all got a hit. We all copped a smack sort of thing and couldn't land anything. So we'll be back. 100% we'll be back here. But for now, let's get back to this quad and make sure we can get out of here so we don't lose any gear. How'd you go, mate? You got a good hit, eh?
You got a good hit, buddy, but I lost it.
Did you lose it?
Yeah.
What'd you lose it for? That was dinner.
We have dinner in the fridge.
You win some, you lose some, hey mate.
Yeah.
Right, eh? My trust is at all-time high right now. New driver.
I'm a good driver.
I thought Tate was driving.
Oh. Is Tate driving?
Oh yeah, I don't care, whatever. Teaching the grom. Then we've got to go nice and wide. We've got fishing rods on the front, so you can't go near any trees. When you're down the beach, you turn left. Left. Left boy, yep. found the spot just as I remember it. We'll have a crack and see if these bloody hermit crabs are here. So, do you remember this spot?
Yeah, I do. Remember when I found them big, 3 big muddies all together?
No, that's not this spot. This spot's the hermit crab spot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I meant, the hermit crab. Yeah.
Hermit crabs, not muddies.
Yeah.
Are you going to show Mum where you find them?
Yeah. I found them in like this edge here. Like,
The edge. Oh,
Yeah.
just be careful, okay? Very careful.
I got down here.
Found it.
Where? Oh yeah.
You can go and get it, mate.
Yeah. Sure. Oh. See?
Not even bothered by her.
See the clouds and let them be. Keep every story of your days a mystery. Hear the songs in the breeze. Sing out your wins and trials like a melody. Ride the storms with your head held high. We only breathe till the day we die. Bring on the fire, bring on the rain. Nothing can take you down. Crashing like thunder, steel in your veins. Nothing can take you down. Light a flame inside your heart. See every finish line before you reach the start. Raise your fist to the sky. Lightning and mountaintops are made for you and I.
So we've done alright. We've got a couple of liveys. With a cast net, wasn't too bad. Probably half a dozen, which is all we need. We don't really need to take, geez, a bucket full. All that happens is when you transport liveys, if you've got too many or you don't have a bait pump, which I've forgotten my bait pump, all the oxygen in the water runs out and you end up killing them. So for the time being, we're actually happy parking up having a swim here. If you have a look, everybody's flicking a couple of hard bodies. The wife's over the back there, sunning herself. All I'm going to do is chuck the lid on these mullet with a couple of holes in it because I forgot my pump. No current in the water at the moment. I'll just set them in the water and basically the water's going to flow through them, so we're going to stay alive. It's going to be happy days. Keep an eye on my live bait there, love. Fill it right up, and because there's no current, I'd tie this off if there was current, if it was an outgoing, but right at the bottom. Well, actually it's coming back in, but this is landlocked at the moment, so there's no flow really. The bubbles to stop. There we go. And basically, can go, it can tip over whatever way it wants, but it's just going to stay here in the shallows. And now I know my bait's gonna be fresh as when we get back on the quad. Shoot back to drop the boat in the water. For about another half hour, 40 minutes, we can gin around here for, I reckon. Swim. Right. Rightio. I'm gonna get myself in the water, I think. It's getting a bit hot. Young bloke, do that all day. Flick a lure all day and get nothing. I love it. He had a crack with the net earlier. He actually can get the spread pretty good on that little 6-foot net. Some of our other videos, I've chucked the link in. We go down to a freshwater creek system for him to practice, and by the end of the day, he's got it. It's just, net's just a little bit long. But the fact that he keeps practicing, sometimes it doesn't open, sometimes it does, sometimes he doesn't get anything in it. And he keeps going and going and going. That's what I love about it. He just keeps going. Little hua. All right, I'm having a swim. What are you doing, young fella?
I'm just flicking a hard body for to see if there's any fish or anything.
Yeah, what are you chasing? Whoops.
Oopsies.
That really cracked.
Anything but mullet or, well, I'm
cool.
trying to find big fish in here because you never know if there is in
Yeah, that's
like
right.
these little tide pools. So I'm just seeing if there's like any big fish because big fish could be around in here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a couple of good snags around.
and I'm just.
What's your aim? You aiming for like the snags, or you aiming just for the sand flats? What are you?
I'm trying to aim like in like the deep spots, like on the other edge, but when I reel it in, I'm trying to make sure it goes in like a deep spot, because normally fish go in deep spots and like snags, like that little thing there. I'm trying to get over there, and I can go right by that, and then the fish can chase it and get it.
Righto. Show them what you're made of. Well, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that snag.
Do you have to work that hard body a certain way? Is there any sort of rod tip movement that you do, or what's your tactic there?
Sort of a little bit, like my
Little
dad
bit?
taught me this one. You taught me this
I
one.
was about to say your dad is in me, behind the
Yeah.
camera.
Still
getting used to filming.
I saw that. And this is one that he taught me.
I am? Show me.
One jig back, one jig back, one jig back. Or unless you could do this one.
That's it. Now just remember, when you've only got a small bib, so it's only a small bib lure, hard body, right? It's going to stay on the surface. So it's a slow retrieval. You can't go real big jig. It's got a slow retrieval sort of thing, or a couple of tight, short jigs with a rod tip. Otherwise you'll pop it out of the water. That's it. Beautiful.
And with divers, I normally also make it to make it go extra dive. I also point my rod down to the ground like that.
That's a good tip, mate. So you point your rod tip down to keep the bill down. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
That's a good tip, mate.
So it doesn't go out the water as well as also going in. Like you said.
Nice cast, mate. Changing spots, are we?
Huh?
Changing spots, are we? Changing tactics. I like it. Are we able to get through that dead mangrove there?
Probably. See if we can go right next to it. If I go through there and something might pop out.
Alright, so there you go. See if you're trying to get it snagged.
I don't want to get snagged.
Nope. You don't want to hit your mum over there either.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Good cast, mate. Right between the sticks. Alright, I reckon maybe let's just have a swim and then we can get back and get the boat in, eh?
Yeah.
Alright. Good persistence though, bud.
Yeah.
Loves it. We do it all day. Righto, we'll just have a quick swim and get back on the quad, head back to camp, hook the boat up, get that in the drink, and maybe even pump back to this system. It's got a lot of promise actually. I have never gone past where we are now, just basically with the quad. I've never come down here in the boat, so see how we go. Fingers crossed we can get a barra or a thready, anything. Struck out the last couple of times. Righto, see you crew.